So Rachel Thieves plans another further tax raid on landlords. So my name is Rachel Knight, not Rachel Thieves, and I am going to tell you, if you like and subscribe, I'm going to talk to you more as we're coming up to the budget about different things that are going to be happening. Now we've got another massive headline from Rachel Reeves, or Thieves as we like to call her, and this crazy tax grabbing Labour government. They really do not understand business at all, do they? I'm going to talk about the likely tax grabs in the autumn budget, and I'm also going to talk about what you landlords could potentially do to mitigate these tax grabs. So in the last week, and we're currently at the first week in September 2025, there is a new threat that's come to landlords that own properties in their own name. Literally, you might now need to pay national insurance on your rental income. Now, come on, guys. How many times are you going to kick this issue of incorporation or putting your properties into a company down the road because you have, and now you're going to get charged NI on your rental income? Now, your rental income is not income. I really need to shout here because it's not income. Rental income minus national insurance, minus mortgage payment, minus Section 24 tax, minus repair costs equals not much income. And we know that, right? So if they charge it on the full rental income, which wouldn't surprise me, then how is this going to hurt you? Well, it's going to hurt you massively. And I know with recent increases in the mortgage rates, lots of landlords are feeling an awful lot of pain. So we know that this government is completely out of touch with the reality. Let's talk about what other taxes are impacting landlords or could impact landlords at the next budget. We don't know, but we know little bits get leaked through the spin, and I've no idea why we're targeting landlords again, other than it seems like an easy target. So one of the ones that I worry about for these landlords' behalf, and I own most of my stuff in a company now, so I don't get hit by this personally, right, is that the capital gains tax percentage was not increased at the last budget on the sale of investment properties, okay? And this is why I think you need to think about what you're doing now. Stop kicking it down the road. It's another low-hanging fruit for the Chancellor to increase capital gains tax again on the sale of property. I mean, we're also hearing that she might even introduce capital gains tax on properties owned that your principal primary residence. So she really does not like property ownership. It seems like this government does not want us to have ownership at all. It's crazy, isn't it? Because we are providing homes for people to live in, and at least another 1 million rental homes are required for people to live in, and yet the government is against landlords and we're exiting in our droves. So as a landlord, how can you mitigate your loss against this terrible tax regime we are now part of? How can you offset your tax liabilities against your profits so the impact is lessened? There are still reliefs available to you. And I am not speaking as a tax specialist. I'm not a tax specialist. I am a landlord. So I cannot advise you on tax. But I am going to say that you do need to speak to a tax specialist now, not later, now, okay? So first of all, you can't stick your head in the sand. Many opportunities to change the structure of your property business have passed you by already, and consecutive governments are hitting us over the head again and again, particularly those who own properties in their own name. When are you going to wake up and realise you have to change something? You need a fantastic accountant to help you structure your tax affairs, and we can definitely help you at titlesplit.com by recommending some amazing people who can help you. Okay, there are some tax reliefs available to landlords who can accept that they will have to pay some tax to future-proof their business and be able to continue to own a property portfolio as you age. Do you know what, landlords? When you own them in your own name, there comes a point where you are unmortgageable. So why are you leaving them as they are? For example, I'm going to talk about today a tax relief that's still available today, September 25. If you were to sell 6 or more properties to a company, you would likely pay commercial stamp duty. What does this mean in practice? So if we use an example of a small portfolio of 5 properties with an aggregated property value of 600,000, okay, being incorporated into a limited company structure, your stamp duty would be 50,000. But there is still a relief available today, and this would mean that if you had 6 properties at the same value, 600,000, the stamp duty would only be 19,500. Now, the source of this information, you can get it yourself, the SDLT calculator, but make sure you use the .gov one. Don't pay anybody to do this calculation for you. This particular saving would be 30,500 on this one transaction. Now, we have a lovely way that landlords can save money when they work with titlesplit.com. So a recent landlord example, 20 units on 2 freeholds. It was actually 10 flats and 10 houses, if you're wondering what it is. The block, the unsplit value, the value, aggregate value, if you did not title split it and it had, and just come to our website and watch our free download to see how this is working. But ultimately, at titlesplit.com, we are showing people to get access to this extra equity, right? So on this particular unit, the value was 3.1 million. That is a rent and yield valuation because it's on 2 freeholds, okay? It's 10 units on 1 freehold and 10 units on another freehold, and it's valued as a block or an unsplit value. I'm going to call it a commercial valuation. Now, the same landlord with comparable local market pricing, if he split it into 10 flats and 10 single freehold houses, the aggregate value is 4.1 million. £1 million more. So even with capital gains tax at 24% and SDLT to pay, the landlord will still make over 600 extra equity uplift by title splitting. So this is how we are helping landlords to title split their blocks, add that massive equity uplift, in this instance, 25%, and you can see how you can go forward. Come and like and subscribe here. Come and talk to titlesplit.com and find out how you can mitigate some of these problems for yourself.